Hi, so today I will be talking about functions in Excel, and this is Leila Chow Isaacs' project. So functions in Excel. So I'm going to talk about what a function is, how people use functions, the syntax of a function or the order of it, some common functions, and then some fun random functions. So what is a function? A function is built-in formulas that make calculations within Excel, and you can calculate numbers, text, or cell contents. And a big thing for functions is that it has to follow syntax, or else it won't work. So how do you use a function? First, you want to decide what you want to do. So what do you want to figure out and whatever, and then you start typing in your information. You start with the text, and then with the syntax you will throw in the equal sign, which I'll get into later, and then Excel will start to autofill the information or assume what you want to be calculated. And again, big one is follow syntax. So the syntax of a function, first you start off with the equal sign, and then you go to the function name, so that would be either sum, average, or etc. And then you include your one or more arguments. So some common functions are sum and average, and these are just some examples with numbers. So sum, you can either do sum A1, and then the colon means 2, like A1 to A12, or you could do A1, comma A3, comma A5, etc. And then average, you could either select the cells like this, where you put commas in between each number, or you can also do the C2 colon C5. So here's just a video of me doing the sum function. So at first I insert all the information, so I'm just throwing in random numbers, and then you'll see when I turn in the function. So first you start off with equals, sum, and as you can see, the orange bar around it is autofilling it. And then the way that I did it kind of messed it up, so there was an error, so then I ended up just typing it all in. And yeah. And then the next one is average. So this was C2, C3, C4, C5. So I just, again, threw in random numbers, and we'll figure out what the average is. And then it'll start autofilling the text and the numbers that it thinks that you're going to want to use. All right, and then some fun random functions that I learned from this were concatenate. So concatenate is a function that connects numbers, cells, or text together. So you can do equals concatenate A1, comma, quote, period, comma, B1, and then quote at gmail.com. And then the other one I learned was count if. So it counts something, and it says if it's equal to what you asked, then it'll count it. So for this example, it was count if A to A equals fun. The word fun, yeah. So here's one of the examples of the concatenate. So I just created an email, so I did my first name, my last name, and then the email, it does equals concatenate, and it shows up in the bottom, and then it already, if you click enter, it throws in a parentheses for you, and then you could do a 2, comma, quote, period, comma, quote, or a B2, comma, quote at gmail.com. So this one works very well when it's like EDU emails, like our HPU one. So yeah, that was that. And then the last function that I talked about was the count if function. So in this example, I did count if A1 to A9, comma, which you have to remember that one, equals 1, I believe. And then count if becomes one word. So then the range, comma, and what you want to be figured out. So I did equals 1, and then then there were 2 1s in this whole set.